Have you ever wondered what would happen if the Backseat Critics reviewed another one of Kenny Ortega's movies?
And remember, wherever there is injustice, you will find us.
Wherever there is suffering, we'll be there.
Wherever liberty is present, you will find the
Backseat Critics. Welcome back to the Backseat Critics. My name is RJ.
And my name is Andrew. This is the podcast where we review movies that you should steer clear of.
With terrible energy and terrible vibes, but we are here because Bob Chapek sucks.
We hate him
Very much.
Evil man, hiking up the cost to get in first.
No, you know what?
On the right.
Not even that. Everything in that park costs more. Everything. And you know what? That man, hashtag, needs to pay for RJ's Goofy's Kitchen. Hashtag Bob pay for RJ. There it is. There's the hashtag for this.
We're going to go viral, folks, with that one.
Hashtag Bob pay for RJ. Yep, there it is.
We're barely a minute in, and you're already going after Bob Chapek.
You said I gotta bring in the energy, and what's the best way to bring in energy? Go after Bob. Even though it's negative vibes, I am coming after you, Bob.
We're going round two.
Round two. I already round one.
Ding,
So
ding, ding.
didn't see an answer there, my guy. But now you owe me
I didn't hear
Goofy's
no bell.
Kitchen. Yep. And if I win this round, now you're gonna owe me Blue Bayou. Just rack up your bill.
Bob, come at us.
And he's just sitting there like, sucker. Oh, he's gonna pay this in November anyways.
Yeah, he's sending our podcast over to his legal team.
No. Anyways.
Yeah, so today we're reviewing another one of Kenny Ortega's classics, Hocus Pocus from 1992, starring Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Kathy Najimy.
Now, was it just me, or was Sarah Jessica Parker just like super thirsty in this movie?
Oh, she is so thirsty. But honestly, my favorite of the three witches, because she's just chewing up all of the scenery.
Kathy and Jimmy?
No, Sarah Jessica Parker.
Oh, she's your favorite out of the three.
Yeah.
She's
climbing up the walls, climbing up gates, eating spiders.
She's feral. Like a feral cat, I feel like.
Absolutely.
Like she's the one that just kind of, I don't think anyone like educated her, and she was just kind of like, oh, I'm a witch.
This is how my life works. Yeah. I loved it.
I think what was funny is that this is before Sarah Jessica Parker looks like Sarah Jessica Parker now. So just a South Park reference. This is before she looks like a horse.
Okay.
Yeah. I know that sounds very bad, but this is before she did. So this is probably where Matthew and Broderick met. So.
All right. Fair enough. Fun fact, the lead role of Max was originally offered to Leo DiCaprio.
Oh, I remember seeing that before. Yes.
Yeah.
That would have made this movie 10 times worse. No, I'm joking. Actually, I am a big Leo fan, so I would have probably enjoyed that a little bit more.
Yeah, I was going to say he would have knocked it out.
But I wonder why he rejected it. I think
Gilbert Grape.
You know what? He probably should have taken Hocus Pocus.
Agreed.
I know a lot of people like What's Eating Gilbert Grape, but
Hocus Pocus.
That is like a cult classic these days. You go into that box lunch, you go into that Hot Topic, you see those Funkos. I mean, Spirit Halloween had a Funko of all three of them. It's a collectible thing these days.
Yeah. And it's been coming back in popularity as we discussed. It's since like 2015?
Yeah, just snowballing downhill, collecting more and more. Each year, I think it collects more. And obviously, they had to make a second one to get the money. Yeah. Because Bob is thirsty.
and Kenny's got to eat.
Did Kenny do the second one?
I was just thinking that. I don't know.
I guess we'll have to find out later on. We have to save it for another episode.
Yeah, who knows when that's coming.
Yep, next week. Anyways.
Spoiler.
Anyways.
So let's get down to it. This movie. We start off in the 1600s in Salem, Massachusetts. And there are three witches, and they elected a new pope, probably Grimace, because the smoke is purple. And
can you imagine Grimace as the Pope?
You know what? No.
Hamburgers for everybody.
It is a sin to not eat hamburgers.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's... Wow. What's Ronald in at that point? The
Archduke?
mayor?
Maybe?
He just runs that town. He's the president.
He's a president of the town.
Yeah, he's the president of the town, with Grimace being the pope of the town.
Yeah, I guess so. What do you think the Hamburglar is? Cop? Sheriff?
No, he's the brothel owner. That
God.
guy, I do not trust him. He's like,
what is that female bird's name?
oh, I don't know. We've ran out of my characters at that point, except for, was it Mayor McNugget?
I think there's also Moon Man or whatever his name is.
Moon Man?
Moon Man.
I don't know. We're reviewing Moon Knight all of a sudden.
No. Remember the 90s? There was that guy, he had a moon for a head, playing piano at the night. It's open 24 hours were the ads.
That's the moon. Oh, I kind of remember him. Looks like a banana. Tell me he doesn't look like a banana.
He absolutely looks like a banana.
He looks like he should be a banana. The banana in pajamas.
Man, if Moon Man makes an appearance in Wakanda Forever,
That movie just probably will end up on this podcast all of a sudden.
yeah,
Rihanna doing the soundtrack might save it, but I don't know.
yeah, totally agree.
Anyways,
So the witches elected a new pope, Grimace, and they lure in some child, and they're going to suck out her life force. They turn her brother into a cat.
whoa, wait. Binks.
Sorry, they turn Binks.
Mm-hmm.
The child that somebody named Binks.
Yeah, who names their kid Binks? Everybody, I get that this is I would have...
Wasn't the sister's name like Sarah or like Olivia or like something like that? And they're like, all right, now we've got a boy. We're going to name him Binks.
I get if you name them during that time period because they're like old Salem time period. Let's name him Bartholomew or something like that. I get that.
Right.
But Binks? Where did you pull that out of? The cow?
Right. Could you imagine if our first president was Binks Washington?
No. Can you just imagine him just being... No, he's just one name. Binks.
Binks. He's like Prince.
Yeah, as I say, the actor formerly known as Binks.
Yeah. Well, he becomes Black Cat, also known as the Human, formerly known as Binks.
There we go.
And the sister is murdered.
Was she? They did suck it out, didn't they?
They did. And at the very end, they show her at like Heaven's Gate or whatever with Binks, and she's still a child. And what I got from that is she died as a child.
Well, yeah, they sucked the youth out of her.
That's what I'm saying. She died.
But she died as a child. I would agree with that. Okay, I can see either way how you could go with that, but I agree with that. We can roll with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she absolutely died.
Okay, so did I. Okay.
And my favorite part is the next scene, the witches are being hanged and hung, whichever, and the parents are more concerned about their kid Binks than apparently what happened to their daughter. The dad was just screaming, "What'd you do to my son? What'd you do to my son?"
Yeah, so you gotta think about back in those days, daughters were probably used as a way to make bridges between families.
Yeah.
Still, I think it's still during that time period. And I think sons were a way to continue your family's growth.
I know women in general were super popular in Salem around 1600s, so
Well, that's when you get the Salem witch trials.
really lighting things on fire.
Yeah. Just, what's her name? The Winona Ryder? Then Crucible all of a sudden.
Oh man, that's on my list to watch.
You never watched it?
I've never seen it.
Yes, you have. You watched some of it. Don't lie. We watched it in English class.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, a little bit. We didn't finish it.
Okay.
I watched it. It's not that bad.
Okay.
It's okay.
It's on my list.
It just pisses me off because Winona Ryder's character is all upset because she can't sleep with this guy, John, whatever his name is.
But is her accent better than what it was in Dracula.
I don't think I've ever seen that Dracula. Is that Bram Stoner or whatever? Yeah.
Bram Stoner's Dracula?
Yeah. We probably just butchered his name. They're like, oh, that's us critics. They suck because they can't even say the people's names right.
It was
It's okay.
intentional, folks. Take a joke.
It really was not intentional. So
When I said Bram Stoner, yeah, it was. It's Bram Stoker.
okay, that's great that you just remembered his name off the top of your head and decided to correct yourself just out of the blue. That's good.
All right. We're going down this rabbit hole now.
I see your eyes, and you're trying to play footsies with me off camera. I see this.
So the witches.
Oh, I got you stuck, didn't I?
It was the joke, folks.
No, it wasn't. He forgot the name.
Wow, I really peaked there.
No, it was because I went, oh! So now you can exit that out.
You peaked.
Yeah, I did.
It's all downhill for you now.
Yep.
So, anyways, they hang the witches after they try to entrance the town with their little fancy dancy song.
Cast a spell on you.
No. The 1600s one.
Oh, okay.
It was like an old folk song, and then they start spitting at everyone.
That's right at the end.
It's like Always Sunny when Charlie tries to win the best song award, and then he starts spitting on everyone
Oh, yeah, to get him out of the...
out of the bar.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then we jump to modern times.
And we're in modern times where our homie Max is hanging out with his little sister, gets stuck with his little sister on Halloween. He wants to go to a party, he didn't want to go to a party. He was trick-or-treating with his sister, and they run into this house where you have to go in to get the trick-or-treat candy. And inside there, though, is his newly found crush to this town that he just moved into. The three of them decide to go to the hot place where all the teenagers like to go to, inside this old rundown museum that had witches, where these three witches from the beginning who were hanged used to live, and that's the talk of the town. And this homie decides to light a black wick candle, or black flame candle on Halloween, the night of, and it doesn't say anything like I am a virgin when witches just pop up out of nowhere. And because he's a virgin, he is able to bring them back, and then all chaos ensues throughout this, consumes, whatever you want to say, I guess. Just kind of goes throughout this whole rest of the movie until the witches are finally defeated. Now, previously, I would like to say that we did try to start this podcast, and Andrew had very technical difficulties, but I applaud him because he takes all the technical side anyways by himself, so we'll give him credit. But
we'll give him credit. What are you talking about, man?
Outside of
I'm like 99% of the poll here.
You are, and you have not asked me to help you, so take that. I've offered plenty of times, but it's okay.
You're always welcome to come over and help.
But you never tell me when. Well, anyways, outside of that, though, the best scene of this movie, I originally said it was the dance scene. I am going to pull that back. The best scene, I am pulling that back so fast because this scene just hit me like a freight train. Hit me harder than those three witches. It is the scene where they think Satan's still alive. Oh my goodness, that's the best scene.
Okay. You know what? You're not wrong. Yeah, that scene was fantastic.
Just so people know what the scene's like, it's basically a guy handing out candy for trick-or-treating, and these witches didn't understand what trick-or-treating was. And this guy dressed up as Satan, and they thought that was the actual Satan, so they go inside this guy's house. And in the meantime, while this was going on, the guy's wife is in there and eventually catches him dancing with one of Sarah Jessica Parker. And these witches are looking in a kitchen where they think it's all magical, they think it's a torture chamber.
They think it's a torture chamber.
Yeah.
And Kathy Najimy is playing with the TV.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get booted. Chased out by a hellhound.
Yep.
This little Maltese kind of looking thing with some wings on it.
But that is the best scene in that movie. That was a well done, Kenny. Well done. I applaud you.
What I love was that was both that was That was Gary and Penny Marshall. They were both in like old like I Love Lucy and Dick
Okay.
Van Dyke shows. They're brother sister in real life,
Oh, that's funny.
and they're husband wife here.
That's fun.
So yeah,
But that is the best scene. I just like how this old guy's like, oh, come on in. Who does that?
exactly.
Even in the 90s, my parents were just like, nope, you ain't coming in here. I don't know who you are.
Yeah, he just welcomes him in, and then just starts dancing with one of them, Sarah Jessica Parker.
This movie has lots of thirsty people.
So many. That bus driver, they come in. So they're trying to traverse town after the kids, and a bus driver stops because that's what bus drivers do, and lets them aboard. And they're like, hey,
I call it a bus.
A bus. And its purpose?
To convey gorgeous creatures such as yourselves to your most forbidden desires.
Well, Nancy, we desire children.
Hey, that may take me a couple of tries, but I don't think that'd be a problem. Hop on up.
Marvelous.
This town is something. Like, it's sneakily full of thirsty people.
everybody wants to.
Something. Damn.
They want one thing.
Hubba hubba. They want to make Nick.
They want that horizontal tango.
Nick.
Nick.
Yep. Sets. Let's talk about sets, baby.
Just you and me.
Okay, so
Thank you for the
sets.
pause.
What's your first? What's your first set? What do you got? Let's just go step by step. You say one, I say one.
Yeah. I gotta think about this because I did
What's
not.
your number one?
My number one is going to have to be. I'm going to go with the graveyard.
The graveyard. Okay.
Yeah, it was a big set, and I was reading about it behind the scenes, and it was the largest set to date that Disney had built, and they transplanted some trees from the East Coast there, to make sure it was kind of authentic.
They actually built that graveyard.
Yeah, they actually built that
that was
graveyard.
just a graveyard that they walked into and used.
Nope, it was in a soundstage.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so that gets my number one.
My number one would be the Witch's Lair.
That was going to be my number two.
I think it would be the Witch's Lair.
Okay, question. 1600s Witch's Lair? Modern day Witch's Lair?
The modern day, because I think they added a bunch of cobwebs and stuff in there, and that definitely made it look like, okay, nothing's inhabited this for a while.
Yeah, totally agree.
All right, and what's your number two? So number two is your Witch's Lair, you say?
Yeah.
Okay, then I think we've already gone over that.
Yep.
Maybe. What you got?
My number two?
Do you have anything else to add to that?
I don't. I think the modern day one was probably my favorite again because it just kind of had that lived in kind of eerie, spooky kind of look.
Like, yeah, you should not light a black flame candle, you virgin.
You virgin. We're coming after you, Bob.
Yup. I think his name's Max.
I know. I was calling out Bob Chokepeck again.
Yeah, you know what, Bob? Don't light a black flame candle so we don't get any more witches in this town, okay?
Please stop.
You know what, Bob?
Stop.
Also, pay for my Goofy's Kitchen.
And his bouncy bayou.
Yep, my blue bouncy bayou. That too. Pay for those two, please. And then I'll stop. I promise.
He just motioned, cross his heart, hope to die. I think we're good, folks.
Psych. Anyways, I think number two for me is just gonna be the whole town. I think it does have a good vibe of where a witch from Salem came from. Like, it gives you the Salem vibe, a 90s. Like, it gave me Astoria, Oregon feels.
Yeah, it really did.
Mm-hmm.
That's your number two.
That's my number two. Is I feel like it's a good town for a witch to be in.
Okay. Oh boy, number three.
Number three.
Oh no. Put almost no thought into this.
Oh no. What you got?
I'm gonna have to go with the. Shoot, I really am stuck.
I'm gonna go with the town hall.
Really?
Yeah,
The town hall?
where they're dancing.
Okay.
I think that is a place, like, if a school or a community center were to throw an event like that, I think it'd look eerily similar even to these days, maybe with more lights and gadgets, but something similar to that. Like, I can see a small town like Astoria trying to throw a big party like that, and there we are.
I want to go with Max's room.
Okay.
I appreciated that they went with the drummer kind of tie-dye vibe instead of that cliche. Like, that 90s movies are really good at making like boys' rooms and just decorating them with toy robots, the little viewfinders, and like model airplanes and rocket ships. They kind of went in the different direction. I kind of appreciate that.
I think it just depends on what the genre is of the 90s movie for that.
I agree. I just appreciated
Because Under
the kind of-
Wraps, that kid was
Under
a
Wraps,
psycho.
totally different, but
He was a
love
psycho
that.
killer. See, so totally different. I think it just I think you have a blatant idea of the 90s movies, and as we move through these Disney Channel original movies, maybe we'll open your eyes a little bit.
All right.
Okay,
Hopefully,
maybe
my number 3 will change, and we'll never recover this topic.
you never know. Costumes in the movie. Costumes by RJ and Andrew. All right, so what's your favorite costume?
So, shoot. So my favorite costume is, I'm just going to go Bette Midler. Just kind of a classic
I
witch.
hate her hair.
I hate her hair too. I love the buck teeth, and I love the rest of the outfit.
Sure, I hate the hair.
That's my number 1.
I think my number 1 would be the zombie, Billy.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it to Billy. I just kind of like how they made him look pretty decaying, and as a kid, for a kid movie zombie, that's legit. I love the part too where he finally gets to talk and goes, "I hate you, you hack."
Oh, it's so great. For the folks out there, a couple fun facts about our zombie Billy, played by our man Doug Jones from every single Guillermo del Toro movie. And the moths that come out of his mouth when he first cuts open the stitches, those were real. They put
No joke.
Yeah, they put in it was like a fake mouthpiece and then like a little plastic kind of cave for the moths to kind of sit in. So they would stick it in there. There's a hole in the back so he can cough, and they would then like add the little stitching. They would add the stitching over the mouth.
The fake mouthpiece, obviously.
Yeah. So when they cut that open, he opens up and the actual moths are freed.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think he was that. No, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's why he's my number 2.
Oh, so you agree for the number 2 for that? Okay.
Yeah. Plus, it's Doug Jones. I'm a fan of Doug Jones.
That scene though too, like throughout the whole movie, he's kind of like, and then
yeah, he's just getting his head lobbed off.
You know what? I think his name, or he's Doodlebop's dad. There we go.
Oh.
You can see the similarities a little bit, besides the green hair and other things, but you can kind of see similarities.
They're
almost.
lovable.
Yes.
Lovable. Debatably the best character in the movie.
Debatable, yes. Yep. My number 1 or number 2 would probably be Sarah Jessica Parker.
Okay.
She looks more like a witch to me.
Okay.
For some reason. I think she's going to be the one. As thirsty as she is in this movie, she just kind of...
She was all over the scenery in this, which I loved.
Yeah, she's a feral cat.
I was reading that so they designed 3 witches costumes. They did Bette Midler's, just kind of offer kind of personality and kind of a classic witch look. They did Sarah Jessica Parker's based off of, I think it was Sleeping Beauty or Cinderella. And then they did Kathy Najimy. They kind of based it off of like a chef's outfit, which is why if you look at like her color blocking, it looks a little bit like an apron.
I could see that. She was more the cook anyways, because she was the one that's kind of like, I smell children. Kathy
Yeah.
and Jimmy, that is.
Yeah, she was always smelling children.
Which, speaking of which, like, what kind of freaking power is that? I know we're talking about like costumes here, but what the heck?
Marvel, get on this. We want a superhuman.
Like, that smell kids? No, we don't. No.
No, with a super sense of smell.
Okay, fine. With super sensitive, there probably is one out there. Marvel has tons of characters. They probably have one.
They do.
But no, that, especially with that Marvel Snap game, I'm finding out about characters. I'm like, who the heck is that?
No, yeah?
Oh yeah, great game.
Okay.
Great game.
Okay.
If
This is
Disney-
not a sponsored spot yet.
Not yet, but Marvel Snap, if you want to, I'm already at level 236. So please bring me up, and you've only been out for less than a week. So
Hey, good thing we've been, really brown nosing to the CEO, the owner of Marvel. So it's
yeah, you know what?
we're good.
You know what? If you would sponsor this with that game, we'd make that up to you. But you can also pay for my Goofy's Kitchen and my Blue Bouncy Bayou.
My man.
Yep. If you pay for those, we're good.
All right.
I don't care how much you charge me the rest of the time. Actually, no, I do care how much you charge me the rest of the time. I don't care how much you charge me when I go back in the future. We won't say a word. We will be like, yes, we are behind Disney and all their price raises. And I hope you steal everybody else's money with your Mickey Mouse stealing castle gimmick.
Circling right back to the beginning, guys.
Anyways. Okay, number 3.
Number 3. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Is it a good one because you're stuck and you don't know exactly what to pick?
So no, you did pick Sarah Jessica Parker, which is that's a good pick. My number 1.
Number 3.
Sorry, my number 3. Gary Marshall is the devil.
Okay.
Dude's just having fun, and you know what? Old dude dressed up as the devil. That's kind of what I'd expect. I'm into it. I love that he went all out.
He did. I mean, he danced with
Even the dog.
witches, and he did pretty good.
I love that he apparently had no idea what they were talking about, but he played along.
Oh yeah, he thought he was their master. I think number 3, I'm going with the Bullies.
Really? Ice and I forget the other guy's name.
They remind me of a more richer, higher end Bulk and Skull from Power Rangers.
I agree.
They seem very Bulk and Scully. Well, you know, like I think the Power Rangers movie might have stolen that.
Was there a thing about sniffing out kids?
In the Power Rangers movie,
We're talking like the 2014 one?
No. We're talking like the 99 one, 97.
Okay.
The Ivan News. I don't know if you ever watched that one.
I didn't.
Ivan News at one point goes, smells like teenagers. And it's just like, okay, he had a scent for teenagers.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. What do kids and teenagers smell like?
Teenagers smell like the armpit that hasn't been washed for a couple of days.
That sounds about right.
Kids smell like
Dirty diaper.
they have
That
a
you
weird
tried washing.
scent. They have like that unshowered scent, but not like that strong BO to them. It's weird. Like a bad Cheeto. That's what they are. They're a bad Cheeto. Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I'm gonna do to Bob too. Anyways, what do we got next on the deck?
We got music.
Music. Hey, let's just talk about music. All right, so let's talk about music. What do you got?
Okay, my number 1. I'm going to go with the folk song Right Before They Were Hung.
Okay.
Lasted all of 30 seconds, but they started spitting, and hey, it brought me back to Always Sunny. And you know what? Yeah, I just kind of had fun with that.
I think we'd have to hang ourselves if we didn't put, one of us didn't put, I Put a Spell on You as number 1. Or I Cast a Spell on You.
Yeah.
One of us has to do it, and I will bite the bullet for the team as I'm putting that as number 1.
Fair enough. My number 2. I'm I'm probably going to say the one that Sarah Jessica Parker sung to lure in all the kids.
I agree with you. That's going to be my number 2 as well. That's actually a good...
That was a good one. That was almost my number 1.
That's a good little steal. You know what? What a freaking power team. We got one that's like the Pied Piper with kids with their song, and the other one can smell them.
Right?
There's just like, there's kids in the area, and then she goes, ah! And then here comes the kids.
Kids just go, I gotta go get my life forsacked.
That's why she's the Snow White or Sleeping Beauty version, because she could sing like how the Snow White can swing, get the birds to come in, do their chores for her.
She's also the romantic.
Mm-hmm.
She's romancing on everyone.
No, she's just straight thirsty.
Also, she was the one that's she kissed Billy the zombie.
Mm-hmm. No. That's
no. So she was. It was originally Bette Midler's character that was like, I guess, dating him or kissing him, and then Sarah Jessica Parker's character kissed him. Bette Midler got mad, and then she stitched up his mouth. Was what they said.
Oh, I thought from what I gathered was Bette Midler only had the one kiss with him, and then Sarah Jessica Parker was actually the one that like had a more thing with her. Like I think Bette Midler like thought that they were a thing.
You could be right, but it was Sarah Jessica that was
the real deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
What an angry lady, by the way.
Stitching up his mouth with a dull needle.
Like if you catch some of these things in these movies, like I mean, great. Okay, this is a solid movie for what we've reviewed so far. But some of these things are kind of like...
It stitched up his mouth in Roman numerals for 13. Fun fact. Yeah. Luckiest number there is. But yeah, it's just like some of the things, it's like you watch it as a kid and you're having fun, and then you watch it as an adult and you're like, how did I miss this when I first saw this?
It's like the Cat in the Hat movie with Michael Myers.
I haven't watched that since it first came out, yeah.
When you watch it as an adult, you're like, what in the world was that?
Was it an improvement, at least?
I mean, I enjoyed it.
Okay.
So, I know it's a terrible movie, but I still enjoy terrible movies.
Hey, so, like what you like.
Yeah, terrible movies is what I like. Viva la Leprechaun. Great movie for this time of year.
Yeah, it is. All right, so number 3.
Number 3, the end scene, maybe just the whatever, the little gimmicky sounds at the end. Okay.
My number 3, Put a Spell on You.
Okay, there you go. You put number 3 at the end. You put probably the best song in the whole movie at the end.
Honestly, my first pick was kind of a joke, but
now we've lost followers.
I'm sorry, all 2 of you.
Yep, now we're down to 1. I'm glad you're still here and listening to us.
So, yeah, any final thoughts? How would you rate this?
As far as what... 7 or 8.
Okay.
It's solid. Like, it's not my favorite. There's other Disney Halloween movies I'd rather watch, personally. But in the end, it's still kind of a cult classic Disney movie, and I'm not against watching it. I think everybody should at least view it at least one time, and kids can watch it during the Halloween season, even though you have a thirsty Jessica Parker running around like a feral cat.
You're not going to catch on to that as a kid.
And you have Bob Chopek trying to get people to come on his bus for a gazillion dollars and not buying RJ Blue Bayou. And
Blue Bouncy Bayou.
Blue Bouncy Bayou or his Goofy's Kitchen. And you have Bette Midler running around with what I think is the Queen of Hearts hair. But outside of that, we are here. And we are here to watch Doodle Bop's dad.
And he was fantastic.
For me,
I'd have to say a 7. I think a solid 7. Definitely, not my favorite Halloween movie. But it's up there. I mean, it's one of those that you just kind of watch.
Like if you were gonna do a Halloween movie marathon, I think this has to be in there.
Easily, yeah.
Like it's one that you can plug in and be like, okay, cool, this will be fun.
Yep. It's pretty safe for the whole family-ish, given Sarah Jessica Parker, but again, no complaints.
I think you'd be fine.
Yeah.
It's gonna go right over a kid's head.
Yeah. So yeah, any other final thoughts or anything?
Bob Chopek, you do owe me.
Choke dick.
Yes, you do owe me my Goofy's Kitchen and Blue Bouncy Bayou.
Thank you.
If I do not get those, we are going to have words on the Twitter sphere. And yeah, go ahead and watch this movie.
Yeah, definitely go ahead and watch this movie. On that, shout out to our friends over at the Play No Games podcast. Check them out. They're also on Instagram at lookhere.fri.
Mm-hmm.
You can follow us on Instagram at the Backseat Critics, all one word.
I'm sorry for those who do, but it's okay. We're going to have fun with it.
Hey, we're going to have a ton of fun. Or you can shoot us an email at thebackseatcritics@gmail.com.
Oh, wait. Before we bounce out of here, we should probably say
We're on YouTube now.
we're on YouTube, and then we should probably talk about how we want to know what you guys want us to review out of these Disney Channel original movies. We want to know what you guys want.
Yeah. Shoot us a message. Shoot us an email. Let us know what you want to see.
Yeah, we want to review your movie and hopefully ruin your day by how we talk about it.
Or
Am I wrong? Are we not ruining their day?
yeah.
No, this one we were very cordial.
I think we're fair with this one.
This one we were not,
Zombies 3, we went off the rails.
This one I don't think we were very like, okay, like this was a good one. I feel like compared to the other ones, we were kind of like, This one we're like, okay.
Yeah, there's a ton to talk about.
I think this is what
Sarah
you see.
Jessica Parker eating a spider, a prop spider,
Her
but
feral Katniss.
yeah,
She was Sarah Jessica Parker was the man. I'm tying this to zombies like crazy. She is the parents, or one of the lead parents for the wolf kids. Yep.
Oh, okay.
There we go. There's the history behind them.
Okay.
So now they're tied together. I think we're seeing the difference between
Bette
old
Midler?
Disney.
Bette Midler?
Yeah.
Alien. Look at that head shape. She's hiding under the hair.
Nah, she's like the Queen of Hearts. That was a heart almost on her head.
Yeah, it was.
She's the Queen of like the
So
new
straight
Queen of Hearts.
butt cheeks.
Basically, there you go. Oh my, she's the mom from Descendants.
She's
Sleeping
the mom?
Beauty's mom.
Oh no.
She was the one that showed the booty cheeks there,
Yeah, that was.
right?
Yeah,
She's the mom.
Yeah.
Disney, you dirty dog, sneaking cheeks in the movie again. You did it again, Disney.
You bring it around to us. Calling you out.
And this was made in the 90s.
92. They sat on this script for 8 years.
I think we can definitely see the difference between old Disney and new Disney in this one.
Yeah.
Like you can see, okay, these new older movies have some oomph. These newer movies have some meh.
That's kind of how it feels. But somehow, at least over the older movies that we watch, they're still more entertaining.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely.
But yeah, other than that, thanks for listening to another episode of the Backseat Critics. We'll be back next Thursday with an episode of
We out.